Welcome to our program on Kardec Radio.
Hello! It's 7:15 in Ireland. Hello, my Irish friends, SSI workers, all Spiritist volunteers or non-volunteers who are in Ireland. Our warmest welcome. Thank you for joining us today. Today it's Nate and I and Nate, myself and Nate. So,
hello, everyone. Good evening, Ireland. Good evening, Brazil. Good evening, US, UK, and everyone around the world. We are here.
Yeah, my friends from America. Nice to have you here with us today. All listeners from Kardec Radio, our warmest welcome as well. So I hope you are hang on there. Be safe. Okay, we have a lot of people. Luana Lua here.
She's from Lisbon.
Lisbon, yeah, Luana.
Yes.
Good world, Portugal, Portuguese guys. Darno Fly from San Antonio, Texas. Hi, my friend.
Well, I was about to ask where is Santo Antonio because I'm not familiar with the
Texas. Yeah, it's
US.
Yeah, should be a little bit cold there. Starting to get a cold there. Yeah, Cassia from UK. Hi, my dear friend. We're missing you a lot. So, good to have you all here with us today. And today we will talk about different order of spirits. Okay? You can find these on questions 96 to 99 in the Spirits book. Okay? Yeah, Darren is saying he's cold. Yeah, I know. Well, Don, Chicago, yeah. Don, you don't need to play with us because I know that is coldest place in the world. Okay, no worries. Don't play with us. Yeah, I know. Leave us here. But you know, like here in Ireland, the humidity is too high, so sometimes in terms of temperature, it's not too cold. But
today is very cold. Come on.
Yeah, today is cold. Yeah. Almost like 0 degrees.
Yeah, the sensation I think is less than 0, and it's like 2 degrees. But the sensation outside is like I don't know, maybe -5, -3, something like that. I went outside just to put the rubbish, on the bin, and I was like, woo! That's why I have my jumper. I'll do the live like that today, okay?
Yeah, we are talking about here. We have a kind of 29, 30 Fahrenheit, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, hey, Chile, Amelissa. Chile. Good to have Chile with us.
It's great.
Very good. See, we are reaching
South America
all over the place. That's good. So let's talk about what is important here, and important is Spiritism teachings. And before we start, I would like to invite everyone to do the initial prayer. So, for those who can or those who want to, I invite you to close your eyes, raise up your thoughts, make connection with superior spirits, connection with your mentors, ask them to guide us, to inspire us, to bring this message to all those brothers and sisters who need help, who needs a consolation. Also, we ask this message reach our brothers and sisters who are suffering with the current situation we are, for those who are thinking about suicide, or at least do not see any way out for the current situation they are facing. May the good spirits reach them and give them a kind of hope and let them know they are not alone. Thank you very much. So be it. Amen. Okay. So, different order of spirits. Okay. So, this topic means even though in the spirit world we do have different levels. And then you can say, oh, it's kind of the army when you have different degrees. I would say Kardec, Allan Kardec, which is the Spiritist teachings codifier, he just made these different orders in order to allow us to understand. Okay? So we are not saying here is a kind of different, like military hierarchy. Okay? So it's different levels or orders for understanding and teaching purpose. Okay? So do you agree? What do you think, Nate? Yeah? The question...
Yes, totally agree.
Yeah, so the question now is, okay, we agreed now we do have different orders, but what make this to put a spirit in one level, the other spirit in another level? What is the criteria they use here to make this? Okay, let me check one thing. Okay, looks like we had some people here not welcome posting. Yeah, sorry guys. Okay, sort it out. I blocked it. And oh wow.
And this live just gonna happen.
Yeah, and Sandra, apologies for some reason here. The mouse, my finger was faster than my mouse here, and I blocked you. So apologies for that, Sandra. But don't be angry with me. So pardon me, please. Okay. Let's go back here. So sorry. Okay. So what Kardec used to differentiate that? So instead of Kardec define it, he asked the spirits. Okay, and this we find in question 96, and he asked to speak. Okay, what make this difference? And the spirit was very clear in their answer, and they said is what make the different orders is the degree of purification. And Nate, what do you understand about degree of purification?
Yeah, so according with his, let's say, research, yeah, that we did with the help of the spirits, this degree of qualification that they are talking about is the level of evolution. Maybe we can see when we read this part of the Spirit's book after the question, and then he has a big part on the question 100, yeah, when it's not a question, it's just not a comment, is what the name that use a statement. No, let me see. To be is a he put as preliminary observation on this part, yeah, and yeah, they are talk about the those who are more, let's say, advantage on the life, let's say, the whole context, and those one who is still learning. So he did a kind of scale when he divide these levels of spirit based on the knowledge and the evolution of each one, right? Because he couldn't see when we were talking with the spirit that some of them who are more wise, some of one has knowledge, but he saw that the particular difference between one and another. So he started to pay attention to this, and he made this research because of that. And this part of the spirit, this question, is to prove this what he was seeing, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. In other words, like different degree of purification is the same thing as degree of development.
Yeah.
Okay, so and just see what Nate said. Okay, oh, but they are knowledge. Knowledge is one thing. Degree of development is another thing. Okay, because let's give you an example. I don't know, I read many books. My knowledge is way beyond the normal thing about a specific topic, but my development could be lower compared to someone who didn't read what I have read. So we need to understand that it's not who studied more is more developed. It's who acts more is more developed. Is that clear for you guys? Another
word, Stevan, what you want to say basically is what will define is the moral level, and not the intelligence level, right? Because as you said, you can study a lot of books, you can have a lot knowledge, but if you don't have the moral, doesn't put you on the scale of the, on a higher or elevate spirits, because okay, you are intelligent, you have a lot of knowledge, but you don't have the moral. You didn't practice the moral laws.
If you don't practice, no. Oh yeah, I know all the books. I've read all the books Kardec wrote, codified. I read all the books the medium Chico Xavier has written. But if you don't practice, it's nothing. Okay? So I give you this. We live in a world, according to classification given by Kardec, we live in a world of hope and consolation. Hope and atonement. Yeah. So the point is the characteristics of this. Daniel asks here, morals or experience or both? I would say both, Darren, because you only develop your moral if you practice it. And practicing it, you requires about experience. So you need to experience this, you need to live this. That's, let's say, the perfect example, like when you build something and a builder come and say, oh, this is not going to work. An engineer come and say, oh, this is going to work. My calculation here is right. And we only know who's going to right or wrong. If we build that wall and the wall will fall down or not, we need to know. But the experience of the builder, just looking to something, say, oh, this is not correct. Okay, and the engineer, with his knowledge, his intelligence, he may calculate and say, yes, not correct, because this angle is different, it's missing this or missing that. So experience is a great, and is the first thing in order to have your moral development. Okay? So what I'm saying here is, we do live in a world of moral and not moral, hopes and torments and hope. So my point is, what we have, the characteristic of this world is, we do have bad things. Okay, the evil prevails, okay, but we do have the good, okay? So it means everybody is bad. I don't think so. If we consider the entire humankind, I would say less than 30% of the humankind, 20% of the humankind is that person who is really evil. No, they feel pleasure in harm someone, in causing trouble to someone. So you have this. It's not the entire. It's not like 99% or 80% of population is in this situation and the other 20% is good. No. But why? Why? Such 20%, 30% of the population, the bad they're doing prevails against all the other 70, 80%. Because the other 70, 80% do not practice the good. They just do it. You know that person? Oh, I don't care. No, it's not me. They are sitting on the wall. They don't do bad, but either they don't do good. So we need, in order to do a game changer in this, is we need to practice the good. Once you act and starting doing good things, starting to have good behaviors, good actions, and really, really put our hands on, the good will prevail against the evil. Okay? So, this is something we need to understand. The current situation is not because the good is bigger or higher than we are. No, it's because us and the circle of friends you have do not do anything. We just say, okay, it's not with me. If you see something happen to your neighbor, oh, it's not with me. I don't care. I just care when it's happened to my family. It's happened to me. So we don't give any value for someone else around or someone else who is outside of our, let's say, circle of trust. What you know? Am I crazy here, Nate?
No, you're right. That's it. One part of the comments that Kardec did in that question 100 is when he say is more or less what the Daniel said here, that he asked here. Spirits are classified based on the degree of the advancement, the qualities they have acquired, and the imperfection they still possess. So, for me, this will kind of resume a little bit, because what he's saying basically is based on the advancement, also the moral acquires, the experience acquires, and in the imperfection they still have. So it's like I said, it's based on everything. If you kind of divide all this in small parts, you can do a list of a lot. How can I say, qualities that the spirits acquired and have, and the ones that is still left, and this can be like a list that you classified the spirits on the hierarchy, let's say,
Yeah.
And I think this part of the book he did because most of us, especially when we are in the, we don't have enough, let's say, knowledge about spiritism, about afterlife. Let's say some people even don't believe in that we have afterlife and so on. And when we think that we have a communication from the other side, from the spirits, any spirits, for some people they think automatically that this is a high spirit. Like if I receive the communication from afterlife, if the spirit communication through me, or the communication came to me, I will listen these words as a whole. I had this communication, so this must be true, like the content of the communication, right? But this is to show us that no, just the fact that we pass to afterlife doesn't make us a high spirit. Right, Stevan? It's not the fact that I'm dead now and I'm living the afterwards, that I will be a high spirit and I can come here and say to you how you live your life or how to do things. This is quite dangerous for us to believe such thing like that, because imagine like that. I'm lady here. I have my vices. I have my qualities, right? Just the fact that I'm pass away tomorrow. I'm leaving the other side now. Didn't change who I am. I still have the same. I still have the same qualities and the same defects. I'm still the same person. Just I don't have more my body. I'm just a spirit now. So this doesn't make a higher spirit, right? So this information that he brought to us in this qualification, I think is very important for us to know this, to have this clear in our mind, because like Stevan said, the moral is the most important. So when you get in contact with a spirit, for example, the first thing that you have to be in mind is to analyze what kind of spirits are communicate. If a simple one, if a good one, this qualification here is to make this easy for us. Right, Stevan?
Yeah, correct. Yeah. And therefore, 1 second, Robbie said it here. Let me see. We are accountable with what we do with this opportunity. Yes, you're correct. 100% agree with you, Robbie. And Kardec, he classified in kind of 3 categories. Okay, the first category. No, sorry.
The 3 is the principle. After that, there is more.
Mainly he just, again, guys, this is just for education purpose. Okay, so the first one, it is the pure spirits. What mean about pure spirits? They do good unconsciously. It's like It's like I ask you how many times you have blinked your eyes today. You cannot say to me, oh, twice, 2, 3, 4, 100 million times. You do not count. You do this unconscious. You just do the good. These kind of spirits, they do good unconscious. It's part of them. Okay? Okay? So, the second category here, let me really, is the middle one. Their main concern is the desire to do the good. So, they do more good things than bad things. Okay? And the last one is the imperfect spirits. And then you can ask me now, okay, I'm trying to do more good things than bad things. I am now on probably in this middle category. And I ask you now, how many times have you done something good? Let's say, I refer this last month, we are at the beginning of December. How many times you did good, you have a good deed in the month of November? How many times you did a good thing, a good deed?
I don't know. I think I lost count.
You lost the count. Very good. You know,
I think I lost.
that's a good start. Point is, guys, what I'm saying here, if you said, oh, I did it 10, 2, 3, 4, a million times, while you are still counting how many times you did a good deed, I'm so sorry, but there is something wrong. Because even though when we do have the desire to do it, we need to start doing it unconsciously. Okay? And I'm not the one who says, in a position to say to you, oh, you are in the imperfect, you are in the middle way, or no, I do not have this not knowledge, or what's the word here, this power to say, oh, you are imperfect. No, I don't. But what I can say to you, that Stevan here, myself, I should be in something below the imperfect. Because I do have some days in which I say, no, I didn't do any good thing. But it's me. Okay? You have your own, and that's why Kardec used this educational classification. And then you can say, okay, but what's the methodology Kardec used here? Okay, I don't recall what's the name of the. I don't know even if we have a name for the methodology, but he used to ask questions to different group of people, and these people do not talk or do not know each other. And he asked the same kind of question. Okay, so, and when he gets the reply, he compared the answers. And if we have an answer more concise, more with a certain pattern, he considered that answer. If all the answers do not match between them, they will leave it. Okay? So that's the methodology he used. Okay? I hope you are not away from my train of thought. I hope you are getting the right thing, or staying the right wagon. Okay, so but I can say a good thing. Because you are here today, we all want to learn. We do have the desire to do the good thing, but sometimes we don't know how to act. Okay?
Yeah, and I think inside of this, in each category that he did, these three, that's the principal, that is the sub categories as well. And then when we said that we are all here, I believe that most of us, everyone that is in this planet, belong to the third category, like you said. It's because of the sub categories that we have inside. So doesn't mean that I'm the same category that a murder, for example. No. What has happened is inside of each category with the subcategory. So there is different degrees, and there is a phrase that Kardec used that I like, when he said that a specific characteristic of the successive categories blend into one another, as is often the case in nature, as seeing the colors of the rainbow and the phases of the human life. So it's like that. It's not the black change to the white. It's going like slowly degree, and then it's become from the black to the white. So in the same is happening with the categories that he said, basically. So we came from the same category. There is the higher one, sub one, and then going for the other one slowly. So there is a lot layers and degrees inside of each category. So doesn't mean that I'm the same category as a murderer, someone that do evil because he want to do it, and this kind of stuff. No, we are in the same category, but there is subcategories that is more or less. So everyone is according with your own conscience, I think, in this case, like Stevan said.
Yeah.
So these is things that give us a little bit of hope. That we can see the things different here. Because when we say that we are the same category, the lowest one, it's like I can think like, oh my God, so I'm the same category of the worst person that I know. So no. We have always, always degree that I even don't know how to define in he let this clear that is not you cannot take this like black and white and put this as a kind of let's say that is this spirit is in this category or that spirit is in that category, because Kardec saw and he said this in the book. Some spirits, they have more than one quality that will apply to him more than one category. So this means that it's flexible. It's not, the category is not stuck. So it's kind of flexible. You're in the mood, Steve. Sorry.
Oh, okay. That's why I'm saying we cannot put this in a category, because you perhaps are floating between all the categories and subcategories, like Nate said. And perhaps you were asking to yourself, okay, I said that the middle category is the desire to do the good. But according to examples, I said, okay, Stevan, but you said is the desire, and what's the difference between the desire and the ability of doing the good. Okay? Because if I have the ability, I should be better. I agree with you. But there is a big difference between the desire and ability. And where is this? Remember at the beginning of our talk when we said, you may know what you have to do, but you don't practice. Doesn't matter if you go to Spirit Center and you watch someone giving a wonderful speech, a wonderful talk, or if you go to a mass and the priest's sermon touches you very, very deep, or if you go to a Protestant church and the pastor give you a wonderful sermon as well. If you only his words or her words only touch you at the moment when you leave that door, you become the old person. But you know what to do because those words touched you. Those words made some difference for you at that moment. So, but why, when I cross the door from the institution or from the place you are, for those who does yoga or meditation, why they feel good at that moment? And once they go back then, I say, oh, here's the life again. Here's my reality. Welcome to my reality, or people use the word like, welcome to my world. Okay, it's my world, but let's make my world different. Let's put in practice everything you are learning in your today's actions. You will fail a lot. Sometimes you will fail in all your tentatives. But the most important thing is at least you are trying. It's like when you are running a marathon. You need to go and cross the finish line. Doesn't matter what happened between the starting point and the finish line. Doesn't matter. You are trying. You do not give up. You fall, but you stand up, shake the dust, and move on. And how many times we fall and we don't get up? How many times we know what we needed to improve ourselves, but we don't do anything in order to change it? But the easiest thing is, oh, Neide, I know her imperfections by heart. I can even count in like in this hand. Okay, I'm very good with you. Okay, just just in this hand. So when
So generous.
when we're talking about our neighbor, we point out their problems, their imperfections so easily. But when we go to a job interview and the interviewer asks you, tell me about your imperfections, tell me about your weaknesses, we don't know how to answer that question. So this is the point we need to understand. Do this exercise. Be your interviewer and ask you, what are your weaknesses? This is a bad thing? No. This is something in which you can work on yourself. You know your limits, you know your boundaries, and you know yourself. The best way to reach perfection, which is the pure spirits, which is doing the good unconsciously, the first step is knowing yourself. And I'm asking you now, do you know yourself or you think you know yourself? And once a challenge happens, you get surprised by your reactions. How many people we know, we classify them as a weak person, and in front of a big problem, that person shows themselves stronger than you thought. Why do not take the priest's sermon and put in practice? Why do not take the pastor's sermon and put in practice? Why do not read Kardec's book and put in practice? But it's difficult to do it. Why is difficult to do it? It means we do have a lot of work to do. I said too much, Nate.
You are very inspired today. That's good. No, you're right. Exactly. But the good thing that we can use to consolate ourselves is the fact that we, thanks God, we're having the second and third and 100th chance to do it. But of course, don't lose it as skills to postpone what we have to do. And like the Spirit said, we all will reach the perfection. It's a matter of time. But why are you leave for tomorrow what I can do today? You know, if I have this conscience already that I have to change myself, that I have to work on myself, that I have to know myself, to control my imperfection, or to learn how to deal at least with my imperfection, we can start to do it today. Like I said, we have a lot of tools, and everyone has your religion or your philosophy that you help. For example, for us, we have Spiritism. So doesn't matter which religion, if you go to the church, if you go to the Muslim, if you go to any place, try to take these teachings and put in practice. So that's what we try to do every day. It's not easy, like Stevan said. We want to fail many times. We will still fail, but at least we are here trying, right? And my hope is that we're gonna get there. We have just to keep trying and gonna step by step. Don't want to do it like from one day to another. We have to go slowly, respecting our limitations, and doing is small steps. Like when you see you are looking here down to up, and you see that huge stairs with like million of steps that you can climb. You know, if you just want to go from the first one to the last one quick, you're gonna fail. You're gonna fall in the middle. You have to go slowly. You know, one by one.
Everything starts with the first step.
Everything starts with the first step. Exactly. And then one day you're gonna reach the last one. But don't try to run. You have to go slowly.
You have to go in your pace. You have to go in a way you understand, because the good thing here we are saying is, if you say to you, okay, I will do good because I want to progress. No, that's not the good I'm saying here. You're just doing good because you have an advantage for you in the future. That's not the good we're talking about here. We're doing the good we're talking about here is the good from your heart. You know, the moment when you want to embrace someone and you don't have to say a single word, you don't have to give a single penny, but when you just listen that person and with your heart, with the love in your eyes, you look at that person and you let that person speak. And at the end, the person says to you, you helped me a lot. You don't imagine how you helped me. And you did nothing. You just listen to that person. But when you listen to that person, you were there. This is the good we're saying here. It's not because you donate like $1 million for a charity, you are saved. No. Of course, this helps, without a question, helps a lot. But what really helps you is when, with that $1 million, your heart goes with that. When your heart goes with that $1 million, you are helping more you than the people who are going to receive that donation. You're so quiet, guys. Please talk to me. And don't start to talking here. Let's see. Achieving psychological and spiritual emotion maturity is a lot of work. We, me, find many things about ourselves that contradict who we think, fantasize we are. It can be difficult to accept that and very emotional and exhausting. Yes, Don, it is.
It's very good.
It is, because can you imagine when someone sit in front of you say and give to you, oh, Don, you are bad, and give the list of all your imperfections. You get a lot of angry. Because if you get angry, it means, okay, I recognize that problems I do have, but I do not admit that. But when this person comes to you and says to you a list of imperfections you have, and you look there and say, okay, I agree with you. Can you help me to overcome all these problems? But with your heart is one way to look at this in a different, in a tender, in a different way. So do not care about classification, if I'm pure, if I'm impure, I'm imperfect. No, just do your job. Just do your job. You cannot do a big thing. No problem. Do a small thing, but a small thing that for you and for that person who is receiving your help makes difference. This is what is most important when you help someone, but this help is not for that person, it's for you. Like these lives we're doing here. We don't do these lives. We haven't done these lives for, I don't know, years since we are here in Ireland. And I was the one who were, when Vanderlei, Nate, I don't know, Nate, if you come to me and say, oh, let's do lives. And always we find like excuse, oh, but the internet connection in the room is not good. And we always find, I always find excuses to say, oh, to put there, oh, perhaps we need to do. what I end up doing these lives. At the end, these lives is better for me than for you guys. When a speaker give a talk, the talk is more important for them compared with the public.
Yeah. Don't have a comment here.
I think it's important to pray and ask God for help in revealing
Hello?
our truth of ourselves.
I'm back.
Okay, you're back? Even ask
Yeah, I'm back. I
that
just have a
someone
quick
shared.
fall. Yeah, this comment from Don I thought is very nice. That's true, Don. I completely agree with you when you say that we have to pray and ask God for guidance and revealing our truth. That is very important as well to do it. And like you said, sometimes it's very scary. Sometimes we don't like the answer. Sometimes we don't like what we see on the mirror, even, because when you see yourself, your true self, let's say, sometimes very scary. Say, how could I do? Or how could I think such thing like that? But it's true. Just see this kind of thing. Just when we are able to really see this stuff on us, we will be able to change. Because once that you at least know where we have to start to change. So that you are not having good thoughts, for example. Try to change this, change the vibration. Is exercise. We're not gonna get this one day to another, like I said before.
Or even
Everything is a kind of
incarnation,
exercise.
even though incarnations.
Yeah. We have to be patient about and don't want to jump, like I always say. Don't want to just jump to get there faster. Go slowly. Because the more you will learn and you will get there in a much better way. So yeah. I
Yeah.
always, try to remember I have to remember myself this every day. Like Stevan said, we are not talking here for you, are talking for us. So
Yeah.
that's why I say that, because I have to remember myself of this kind of every single day. It's not
It's an
easy. It's hard.
exercise.
It's hard.
It's an
Yeah.
exercise. Yeah. Dino said, I believe that, Steve. Thank you. Well, yeah, it's true, Dino. It is true. These lives is more for us than for you guys. Believe that. Right on it. See? You're spot on it. See?
We are together. Let's go. One day we're gonna get there.
Yeah, but again, guys, you know that problems you always put under mat and say, oh, I'll deal with this later. That problems you put under mat is the hell. If you think the hell is that place burning with fire all the time and the what's the name, the devil is there to punch you, come on, wait, it's something different. Hell, it is when you wake up and you look behind you, say, I had all that opportunities and I didn't try. And I knew what I have to do. I just had courage to do it. And you need to live with that until your next incarnation. This is the hell. You missed that opportunity to do the good thing. Even though you fail. Again, I think it's very clear the message we give us today. Fail is part of the process and is completely normal. Don't be afraid of failing. At the same time, don't be afraid of ask, even though it's scary, like Don said. But when you ask something, you need to open up your mind, open up your vision, because the answer will not come straightforward to you. Oh, my friend, you need to do this. No. I think I said this here zillion times, and I keep saying this another zillion times. When you pray asking for patience, do you think God gonna give you, like, oh, here, my friend, is 1 kilo of patience for you? Or he will give you opportunities to exercise the patience in order to acquire patience? It's up to you. If you want to keep praying and waiting for your 1 kilo of patience, do it. But if you are praying, but you are receiving opportunities to exercise this moment, do it. There is no right, there is no wrong. That is just a moment to say, okay, I will do it. Okay.
Yes, right.
It's almost time. Yeah. Except for Don and Daniel here, all our friends are very shy today, Nid.
Oh yeah, I think it's the cold.
Yeah, yeah. Fingers, like cannot type. Yes, yes. But anyway, let's go to some announcements here. Next week, we will have a guest on Tuesday, which is Dr. Sergio Thyssen.
Nice.
Yeah, he will give a talk to us. I do not have the topic yet, but as soon as I have, I will post here with the topic he's gonna give to us. Okay, this is December. We don't have many activities except the virtual activities, so we don't have much announcements. But I really invite you to keep on tune with Kardec Radio. For sure, there is a program we're gonna touch you, and we will make you feel better and understand the purpose of life. And I also invite you to get to know Kardec. Why not to give a Kardec book as a Christmas present to someone you love? Even though that person do not read the book today, but in the right moment, that person gonna read the book. And why not? Here's my advice to you is give Kardec book as a present for someone, and let's make the difference. Okay? Okay, so also our lives every Tuesday and every Thursday at 7:15 here in Ireland, Irish time, GMT time. I think it is, let me see. It is, let's see, 2:15 in East Coast, 1:15 Central Time, and 11:15 in Pacific Time. And for those who are in Europe, we are in Central London. It's 8:15 p.m. in the rest of Europe. So I will be here. Thank you very much. Thank you, Nate.
Thank you, Stevan.
Always be here. Thank you. I missed to give a hug in that that lady. We don't see each other since March. No?
Long time, a long time.
Yeah. But even though we are here, so that's the most important thing, guys. I do have friends who stay with us. So thank you very much. Thank you. Have a nice evening. I hope to see you all again on Tuesday. Okay? Thank you. Thank you very much.
Final prayer.
Oh yeah, final prayer. Yeah. See, that's
Very
why.
good. Oh my God.
Yeah. So since you said the final
Okay.
prayer, welcome to do it.
Okay. So guys, let's take a deep breath. Raise our thoughts to Jesus, to the high spirits. I would like just to thanks for this moment. Thanks to be here sharing this knowledge and these teachings with everyone. I hope that we all have a blessed week and be safe and well. God bless us. If we can meet here again. So be it. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you guys. Thank you everyone. Now,
Yeah.
right to go.
Bye bye.